It's that time once again for everybody to watch the WWE Network because WWE is having an event. WWE Crown Jewel 2019 in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh. It's going to be called Crown Jewel 2, Clown Fools, whatever you want to call it. Look, I've seen a lot of people making predictions for this show. A part of me says I shouldn't, but you know what? Why not? I don't know when I'm going to upload this, whether it's later in the day here on Wednesday, October 30th, or maybe early in the morning, Thursday, because the event is at 1 p.m. So I don't know what to do. But you know what? Screw it. We're going to do it. Let's get it. Why not? So, a lot of matches on this show. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches on this show. We have one match on the kickoff show, which is the Battle Royale where the winner will face AJ Styles for the WWE United States title. So, we have Mansoor versus Cesaro. I obviously can see Mansoor getting the win here because he's from there. He got a win last time. He might be the Undertaker of Saudi Arabia, getting win after win in his home country for the next 8 years. So there you go. I can see that. So Mansoor obviously going to get the win over Cesaro, unless Cesaro is going to somehow be put over, and then he would be a great heel for it, I guess. What they need to do is change Cesaro's attire, because what is he... I still remember when he made fun of John Cena, saying that you can't wrestle in sneakers. Yeah, what is he doing? He's wrestling in sneakers. So, come on. Why are you making Cesaro look like a fool right now? They got to change it. But either way, Mansoor will get the win over Cesaro. Tag Team Turmoil, where the winner will become the best tag team in the world. Who will it be? I don't know. We got tag teams featured in New Day, Viking Raiders, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Zack Ryder and Hawkins, the Major Bros, the Revival, OC, Gallows and Anderson, Ziggler and Rude, and the B Team. And I'm sure there's more teams, but if not, that's it. Then alright then. Some people are saying it's going to be the champions, either the Revival or the Viking Raiders getting the win here. Honestly, I could care less who wins this match. Honestly, nothing is on the line. Is there a tag... Like, the tag team champion should not be in this situation because they're the best of the respective brands. So what should be is the winning team gets a tag team title shot of their brand. So say, for example, the New Day wins or the B team wins of SmackDown. They get to face the Revival for the SmackDown tag titles whenever, right? And same thing for Raw. Zack Ryder or the OC... Or, Zack Ryder and Hawkins or the OC could go get a win, right? They can get a win, and then they'll be the ones to challenge the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag titles, etc. So, again, there's nothing on the line here. Some people are saying that the champion should win this because, well, what does that say about the champions if they lose this situation? Honestly, I don't know. Nobody really cares anyway about the tag team division and WWE. Nobody cares at all. Only thing that's worth noting in this fucking match is the New Day, Rude and Ziggler, a little bit of the OC, and the Viking Raiders and Heavy Machinery. Everyone else is irrelevant. Even the Revival. And they're the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Sad. So, but who do I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for... Screw it. Let's go for the New Day because I feel like they need to give Kofi something, right? Because they have yet to mention Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship loss to Brock Lesnar. I don't know why Kofi Kingston have not made it clear that he's looking to get back his championship. Why is it that everyone else, when they lost the title, like Daniel Bryan and others, right, when they lost, even Randy Orton got like 2 title shots against Kofi Kingston. But yeah, Kingston... One shot at Brock, he loses in 9 seconds, and then no rematch. I mean, I get there's no rematch clauses, but there's no opportunity to earn a rematch, nothing. So, Maybe that'll be cleared up leading into TLC, because that Survivor Series is going to be Raw versus SmackDown, I'm pretty sure, which it shouldn't be because we had the wild card. Don't forget about the wild card we had this year, right? So yeah, the New Day, I'm obviously going to pick for this match. The winner of the Battle Royale for the United States title opportunity will be... Well, I need to look up who's in this goddamn match. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. I gotta find out who's in this bloody match, because WWE likes to make some matches out of thin air. So, what you're gonna do, right? Let me see if I can find any. Battle Royale. There we go. Let me see the photo. No photo? Okay, who's in the match? Please, give me names. I guess I have to find out. All I know is I saw a photo online, though, regarding the Battle Royale, and I've seen some guys, like Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, Humberto Carrillo, right? I'm going to go with Humberto, obviously, because they have unfinished business. I do not want to see Cedric. As much as I love Cedric Alexander, I refuse to sit here and watch another match for no reason. Styles versus Alexander. Alright, now it's Styles and Humberto Carrillo, even though I can care less about Humberto Carrillo. Okay? And obviously, AJ Styles is going to retain that also, because why would they do a title change at this point? What's that going to do? No one cares about Humberto at the moment. Yeah, when he gets in the ring, he might get a mediocre to lukewarm response, but outside of that, when he comes out, that's what that matters, you know. It matters when he get that pop when he come to the ring. That counts. Like Humberto coming out to crickets, that doesn't mean that doesn't tell me that fans are fucking with him. It just says, yeah, just get your ass to the ring, and then we'll then do what you do in the ring, and let's see what's gonna happen. And then if we like what we see, then we will cheer. If we don't like what we see, we're just gonna stay quiet, which I really hate about WWE fans, because any other company, I'm sure the crowd will go crazy for anything to at least show appreciation. But the WWE fans, if they don't like it, they just sit there and be quiet. It's like, you know, it's funny how people judge, right? When they're like, oh, I spent my money, I can do whatever I want, I can do this and do that. I get that, but fuck, dude. You do realize you're responsible for making a show good, right? You know that, right? So if you're sitting there, quiet, dead, right? It tells me that this show is not worth watching. That's what drives a lot of people away. Like the viewers, the fans in the crowd, they are a staple when it comes to wrestling. Like without them, it's very hard to watch wrestling without a crowd reaction. Just saying. So there's that. First ever women's match in the Middle East in WWE in Saudi Arabia. They finally managed to get the women competing on the Saudi Arabian ground. Now, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't give a damn what anyone says to me. It's not gonna sway or change my opinion. I see the bigger picture, that I hope this is more of a constant thing as the next 8 years with Saudi Arabia and WWE. But as far as who's in this match, it's not gonna get me excited to watch this match. If I didn't watch them in a last woman standing match about 3 to 4 weeks ago, what makes you think I'm gonna care about watching them in Saudi Arabia of all places anyway? Lacey Evans versus Natalya. Didn't they teamed up 3 weeks ago on Raw, right? When Natalya came out, she's like, "Oh, I got a partner who took me to my limit," and it's Lacey Evans. Even though Lacey Evans was already drafted to SmackDown, why is she on Raw when she was already drafted to SmackDown? I'll never know. But again, these two are fighting it, even though they've been apart from each other for weeks, and then they managed to get Lacey freaking Evans and Natalya. Now, you couldn't get anybody else? You're telling me no one in the women's division was willing to do this? Nobody? You telling me Bliss wouldn't be willing to do this? Banks wouldn't. Okay, maybe Banks wouldn't do this. Bailey, I was told Becky would not do this. Charlotte, not even the Queen would do this. Nobody else but these two, right? Come on, I don't give a damn what anyone tells me. Okay, I'm not looking at this as historic anymore. I'm not, because the second they announced these two names, Natalya and Lacey Evans, it tells me, oh fuck, I gotta sit through this shit again. I already went through this a couple weeks ago. Why am I going through this again? You're telling me nobody else was willing to do this shit? Nobody. Just these two. Nobody on the roster was willing to do this show. Sad. Oh my god, but let's hope they change my fucking opinion as far as like how I'm thinking towards the match is going to be anyway. Will it be like a Randy Orton Triple H at Super Showdown earlier this year? Boring as fuck, waiting for the ending to come, and then when it comes, I pop for when the finish is done, or when the match is done, right? Hopefully. I'm going to go with Natalya, babyface. Why not? Fuck it. Team Hogan versus Team Flair. Shorty G, Ali, Ruru, Ricochet, and Big Dog taking on Viper, King, Strong Style, Lexington Steel, and Galloway. So, we got a 5-on-5 elimination match, even though Survivor Series is literally 3 to 4 weeks away. So, keep that in mind. Anyways, yeah. Who should I pick? I'm Team Flair, obviously. I am. I'm a fan of Randy Orton. I'm a big fan of Baron Corbin. Fan of Nakamura. You know, Sami Zayn's not going to be there. That sucks because, you know, his beliefs. So you got to give him that. You know, Lexington Steel's going to be there, you know. I've seen a lot of people talk online about him. It's crazy. You know. Oh, my bad. Bobby Lashley, not Lexington Steel. Well, they're both bald. They're both black. They're both tall. So, you know. Nah, anyways, and Drew McIntyre. So, yeah, either way. Team Hogan, I just don't care. What's on the line? What is this for? What is this for? What did Vince McMahon say in the Stone Cold podcast? That, yeah, it's cool to have matches on the show, but if there's no story behind it, what's the point? Why am I watching this match? He said almost, I'm just paraphrasing what he said, though, on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, okay? He said something along those lines on that very first show, and it still breeds truth to me, because why am I watching this match? Why should I care about this match? What's the story behind this? Oh, Flair and Hogan just somehow reignited their own feud from the mid-90s. Really? Really? That's why. Sad. I really don't care about this. I don't. Team Flair. I'm going with Team Flair. Fuck it. Braun Strowman taking on Tyson Fury. I only want to see one thing in this match, okay? It's probably not going to happen, but I want to see it. Tyson Fury must knock the fuck out Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman sucks. He's boring. Yawn Strowman, okay? Braun Strowman has died 1,000 deaths since last year's Crown Jewel, okay? Ever since last year's Crown Jewel, he's been done. Now, some I saved before that. All the way back when Brock beat him at No Mercy, 2017. 1 F5 it took to put down the Monster Among Men, and that was it. Okay, I think so. So, Braun winning or losing this match doesn't mean shit to me, because it's not going to put him in contention for a title. It's not going to rise in the rankings for him. It's not going to make anyone be interested in Braun. Like, oh, he just beat a boxing legend. No. And I don't think Braun's going to win this one, because doesn't Tyson Fury, also which is undefeated, by the way, in sports or combat sports, and has a match coming up in the next week, the next couple of months, right? Do you really want the MMA people, or boxing people using WWE footage of Tyson Fury getting his ass whooped? I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with Fury. So Fury must knock out Braun Strowman. What did LL Cool J say at one time? Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. That's exactly what I want out of Tyson Fury. Probably the main event. Brock Lesnar taking on Cain Velasquez. I love how people kept saying his name wrong, which irks the shit out of me. It's Cain Velasquez, not Cain Velasquez. You fiends. You buckets. You're numb for brains. For fuck's sake. It's Cain Velasquez, not Cain Velasquez. Fuck! I hate when people say Quez. It irks me. It's like why? You're doing it on purpose at this point. You heard people say Cain Velasquez, and then you're saying Cain Velasquez. The fuck? Anyways, this all came about. Cain came through on SmackDown's debut, beat up Brock after Brock decimated Kofi in 9 seconds. Alright? It's sad, but true. He beat Kofi, he won the title. Brock Lesnar, 11-time world champion in his career. NCAA champion, UFC champion, IWGP champion, 5-time WWE World Heavyweight champion, 3-time WWE Universal champion. 11-time Brock Lesnar is a world champion. And then the guy that gave him that scar on his face came and whooped his ass on day 1. Cain Velasquez then was given this opportunity to fight Brock for the championship. Now, I've seen clips of Cain Velasquez wrestling in AAA, I believe, right? He was gonna go to AEW, but WWE obviously had to come back at him with some ridiculous deal that got him to go over there, which I honestly believe he kind of made a mistake on, but that's just me. So now he has a chance to win the WWE title. Now, if Brock loses the title, it could be a Goldberg route again. And Ross mentioned this on Cultaholic's predictions video, which I watched earlier this week. Or, was it today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. If not today. I don't even know. Fuck. I think yesterday. It was yesterday, yeah. He mentioned that, well, you know, Brock Lesnar lost to Goldberg at Survivor Series. And then after Goldberg went on to win the Universal title from Kevin Owens at Fastlane at about 21 seconds. And then Brock and Goldberg, the match was official anyway. And they just added the Universal title. And then Brock wins the title at WrestleMania, and then there you go. So that could be the case here. Cain Velasquez could win the title here, and then Brock can win it back by Mania time. Who, for all we know, Brock Lesnar could win the WWE, the Royal Rumble rather, which is awful. But I'm just laying it out what could happen. If Cain Velasquez wins this one, then Brock Lesnar could possibly end up at WrestleMania in Ahoy Matey, Tampa Bay, right? At WrestleMania 36, Brock could win the Royal Rumble and go on to fight Cain Velasquez for the championship. That could happen. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to go Brock to retain because that would be an awful situation. Just have the Royal Rumble wasted for Brock Lesnar. Really? Brock Lesnar. When you have other superstars that could be in that spot. Come on now. So, Brock Lesnar retains the WWE title. And then the last but not least, the match. I just don't care. The match that has to end one way. If it ends the other way, then the Fiend will be dead to me, and I mean dead. Okay. Seth Rollins defends his Universal title against the Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Falls Count Anywhere match where this match cannot be stopped by any means necessary. Right. So, they had to add the little stipulation there that this match can't be stopped, which is dumb, okay? You see, the fact that the match that Hell in a Cell stopped in the way that it did, it really upset me. It did. A lot of people try to justify it. You can't justify that. You just can't. Yeah. They were in a situation where both men cannot lose, I guess. Then I would not book the match so soon. If that was the case. when I kept proposing the idea of Bray taking on Seth for the title at Hell in a Cell, because who else is gonna fight Seth for the championship? I wanted Bray Wyatt to win the title at that point because Seth Rollins was nauseating as champion, and he still is to this day. He can't cut a promo without having to have a cheap pop like he's Mick Foley. So this match has to end with Bray Wyatt with the mandible claw down the gullet of the champion, making him pass out or pinning him 1, 2, 3 like he did at SummerSlam against Finn Balor. This ends with Bray Wyatt winning the WWE Universal title. There's no fucking way Seth Rollins is winning this match. If he wins this match, the Fiend is dead to me, and I am not gonna give a fuck about him. And there's already bad signs of the Fiend being dead to me, because Firefly Funhouse is not even entertaining anymore. How many times can I sit there and watch Rambling Rabbit die and come back like he's fucking Kenny from South Park? It's not even funny anymore. It's just sad. They took something great, and they do what they always do. They ruin it. They ruin it. So, this is your last shot. If Seth Rollins, if you're going to kill off Bray Wyatt, you might as well let Seth Rollins pin him clean. Stop him. Give him one curb stomp. Doesn't matter if it's on a chair or not. One curb stomp is all you need. And then you let Seth Rollins pin the Fiend clean, and he's dead. That's all you need to do. And then let Bray Wyatt go back to his old ways, you know, the Eater of Worlds, the old Bray Wyatt, because there's no difference between the Fiend Bray Wyatt and the old Bray Wyatt, because the old Bray Wyatt was a loser, and so is the Fiend at this point. So, the Fiend, I mean, what was so hard of booking the Fiend? I might rant on this for a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. What was so hard at booking the Fiend, honestly? You let him win a Hell in a Cell. The way how they booked the Hell in a Cell match before leading into the end was awesome in my eyes. They had a little camera inside the cell, made it look like it was a fucking prison. You made it look like it was a prison for Seth Rollins, like he can't escape. There's no way out for him. He has to fight. He has to find a way to survive. Okay? And having that dumb referee being like, oh, well, this is not you. This is not you. Don't do it. Think about what you're doing. What the fuck you mean think about what you're doing? The Fiend is not a human being. The Fiend is an abomination. Like what Bray Wyatt said. The Fiend is no man. He's an abomination. About that referee, when he said that, that really irked me. It still does to this day. What was so hard of booking the Fiend, beating the shit out of Seth Rollins, ending the reign of the Universal Championship reign for Seth Rollins? You let the Fiend go on, defend the title, okay? You let the Fiend go on and defend the championship and be a dominant star on the Red brand. You let him go on to hold on to the championship for many, many months. Hell, if Finn Balor was still on Raw, if Finn Balor was still on the main roster, I would have had Finn Balor take on Bray Wyatt, maybe at the TLC pay-per-view, which ironically was supposed to be their last meeting, rather, back in 2017 before Bray Wyatt got that sickness. So I would have done something like that. Either way, Bray Wyatt would be the Universal Champion. I don't care. Some might book him to be a dominant champion for many years or even a year, but knowing you fucking fans out there, your attention spans are as small as a grain of rice. That's how fucking small it is, okay? So, you have the Fiend go all the way to WrestleMania 36 as the Universal Champion. And you have Aleister Black, who's now on Raw. You have Aleister Black win the Royal Rumble. And there's your main event of WrestleMania. You have the darkness of Aleister Black taking on the abomination of the Fiend. And in the main event, you've built a new star in Aleister Black. You build a dominant star in the Fiend, where people are going to remember him for years to come. But no! What now we're going to remember is the Fiend not winning at Hell in a Cell. What we're now going to remember is the Fiend losing to Seth Rollins at crown jewel. What we're all going to remember is that The Fiend became a failure within the last 6 to 7 months. Seth Rollins. I'm sick of Seth Rollins at this point. And it's crazy. I can sit up here and I could sit up here and watch all the John Cena shit that y'all went through in the mid-2000s to 2015. I could watch all of that. For 10 years of John Cena, I'd rather take all of those fucking years, even the bad ones. Even the bad years, maybe like the 2010s, when he was on the top of the world and everything, the PG era was surrounded around him, was all about him. Yeah, I would take all of that than one fucking week of Seth Rollins. I'm at that point. I would rather watch Impact Wrestling from 2014 to 2016. And those were the dark days of Impact in my eyes, right? It was very, very bad. Very bad. Like, unwatchable to me, at least, right? I would take those days over Seth Rollins for one night. I rather watch ECW 2000, the WWE ECW. I rather watch WWE ECW for weeks upon weeks upon weeks than watch one segment with Seth Rollins saying, "We're gonna burn it down." I mentioned this before, that Seth Rollins is not even interesting to me. He's boring to me. If I want to look at a guy for high-flying maneuvers, I'll look at Ricochet. If I look at a guy for character, Daniel Bryan. If I want to look at a guy for best great match quality, AJ Styles. What the fuck does Seth Rollins do differently from those three guys I just mentioned? Nothing. Because when those guys came to WWE, I mean, honestly, what makes Seth Rollins better or different from them? Nothing. AJ Styles has character. Daniel Bryan has character. Ricochet sadly doesn't. But at least I'm willing to watch him. He doesn't have no ridiculous catchphrase that at least I'm not catching on, at least, that I hope he doesn't say. Like Seth Rollins when he says burn it down. It's not fun anymore. It's... I don't know. I'm going to stop there. That's my predictions on Crown Jewel. Okay? Let me go over it real quick just to get it out. Just for y'all to be aware of it. Okay? Mansoor will beat Cesaro. The New Day will win the Tag Team Turmoil. AJ Styles will retain his United States title against Humberto Carrillo. Natalya is going to beat Lacey Evans. Team Flair is going to beat Team Hogan. Tyson Fury would knock out Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar will retain against Cain Velasquez. And Seth Rollins is going to lose to The Fiend. Bray Wyatt will win the Universal title. So Bray Wyatt, Brock Lesnar, Tyson Fury, Team Flair, Natalya, AJ Styles, Humberto Carrillo winning the Battle Royale, but AJ Styles retains. New Day in the Tag Team Turmoil, and Mansoor will all win their respective matches. If you agree, leave your comments down below. If you don't, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you guys for listening to your boy, and I'm out. Later.